Ice fishing season is in full swing here in Wisconsin, and in just a few minutes, I'll ice fish for crappies on Fox Lake with Pat Kelmerton of Wolfpack Adventures. And then, in an archival segment from 2004, Debbie Wolniak goes ice boating on Geneva Lake with Buddy Melgus. But first, I'll take you out after trout and salmon on Lake Michigan with Dumper Dan's Sport Fishing Charters of Sheboygan and the MPTV Great TV Auction high bidder Bob Scammon and his sons. I'm Dan Small, and it's time once again for Outdoor Wisconsin.
Summer to fall, winter to spring, from Green Bay to where the St. Croix sings, from Kettle Moraine to Superior Shore, outdoor Wisconsin, outdoor Wisconsin.
I'm out with Captain Dan Welch and First Mate Matt Thayer of Dumper Dan Sport Fishing Charters, and we're going out of the Port of Sheboygan to fish Lake Michigan this afternoon. Dan, we haven't done an afternoon charter in quite a while. How's it been?
Right, it's been good. We're just trying something a little different with you folks as far as the afternoon bite, like you mentioned, and we're going to fish up into the evening hours. As the sun sets a little bit and goes down, on the horizon, we've been catching some nice sized king salmon, along with a little bit of variety of trout mixed in as well. So we're hoping to have a good show. Lake's going to be calm, and we'll set a bunch of lines and hope for the best.
All right. And this is a family outing this afternoon. Bob Scammon of Bristol bought this trip at the Channel 10 auction, Great TV Auction.
Yes, it was a great auction.
And you brought your three boys, your three sons.
Yes,
with
I
you.
have.
And this is Bob Jr.
Yes, it is.
And
We have Rodney and Rick.
Rodney and Rick have come along. Now, you guys have done some charter fishing out of Kenosha.
Yes, we have. We started about 28 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And probably gone about 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
5 or 6 times over the years.
Yeah. Have you caught lots of fish, big fish?
We've caught lots of fish. On our first charter in the Kenosha Harbor, the boat was privately owned, and the owner of the boat liked to catch world record fish.
Uh-huh.
And Rodney was about 11 or 12 years old, and he caught a world's record coho on a 10-pound test lines.
Wow, okay. Well, maybe we can do that again today.
Right.
Well, Dan, I see a little mud line here. Is that from the little rain we had earlier today?
I think it is. We haven't had a whole lot of rain, Dan, but the little bit we have had today, it might be from that. Now, the west wind obviously is driving that muddy water out into Lake Michigan, which hopefully will help us here on the salmon bite.
24.
Who's up?
Rodney,
Who's
I
up
think
here?
you're up.
Who's up?
And either outside, right up against the cushion here?
It's on a plug, too.
Left hand in front?
The Jake one?
Yep.
Probably
Yep.
Let him
Man.
run for right now.
All right, you're doing real good, just like Matt told you. Just pull it right up towards you, nice and slow, and then reel down. Your best leverage is always right towards you, unlike bass fishing or any other style fishing where guys pull out to the side. You don't want to do that salmon and trout fishing. You want to pull it right towards you. You got your best leverage. You can control the fish the best by doing it that way. You're doing good. All right, I'm going to sneak in here, guys. All right, bring them up real slow. Up, 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 up. There, we got him. All right, in the box. We're gonna bring him in the boat. You can stop reeling, he's in the net. Hang on, because of a little bit of waves. Well, how was that? Did you have fun?
Oh, hell yeah.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, nicely done.
Here we thought it was a salmon and it surprised us, and it turned out to be a rainbow, and we'll take them because it's a quality, nice fish.
Not a world record, but we'll take it.
Yeah, you're used to the world records,
Yeah.
right? You want to
do.
hold them? Just put your finger right in there. Pretty good fighter, though, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
He fought pretty hard.
Yep.
Rodney, your dad said you caught a world record a number of years ago.
Don't remember much of it. I still have the picture of it, and it just kind of, I remember catching it, got back to the harbor, and the captain was just ecstatic and went back into the shop or what have you, and next thing you know, he's got a world record fish.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's something they can never take away from you. There are bigger fish, new world records, but you still are a former world record holder.
I don't know if it's current or not, but I haven't looked into it, but I do, it was a world record at one time, I know that much.
Okay. Now, Rick, I think you and I have one thing in common. Neither of us have ever caught a world record.
No, I know I haven't. I'm not too sure about you.
No, I have not. What's it like to be the brother of a world record holder? Did he kind kind of lorded over you with that, or?
You know, not for a couple of years he hasn't, but you know, in the early days he probably
He
did.
did. Well, maybe today's outing will rekindle that fire, huh?
Yeah, I believe today is my day.
Bob, you fished with your dad and brothers quite a bit, have you?
Not as often as the rest of them. This will be my second charter.
Is that right?
Yep, so I'm happy to get out with everybody and enjoy the evening.
Okay.
We'll follow that mud line right back out where we got that bite and then come back through to the north. Here he is, right here, right in front of us. Wow, just hit this one on a dipsy. Look at that fish. You're gonna have to keep going left, Matt. He's going that way. But just ride that wind out. See? This one's gonna be full of energy with this cold water. They fight hard. Just kind of hold it steady and let him fight a little bit, all right? He's under the board, but he hasn't run yet. He hit hard. I don't know what he is yet. There he is! He's over here banging right in front of you! Holy cow! Okay, watch what you're doing. We got a double on, guys. I don't get too excited. You can get a little more line.
We're on deck.
Double header, guys. This is what we needed. All right, pump up slow and then reel down. Just stay in neutral most of the time, Matt. Yeah, I know. Once it turns a little bit, then put it in gear. How we looking, guys?
Looking good.
You guys are doing wonderful. World record, you thinking?
Not yet.
Not yet. Pump up, all the way up to your shoulder. There he is on this one, a triple, guys! Wow!
Nice.
Keep it in gear. We want this fish to run away from the boat. Woo-hoo, how's that for action, huh? Be careful now, hang on tight. Oh, don't stop, don't stop.
Yeah, slide over to the right.
Reel down, reel, put your rod down a little bit. Reel down. Bring your rod up, up. Up. Okay, in gear. Boy, when they come, they all come at one time, huh, guys?
Yep, absolutely.
Bang, 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 triple header. Unfortunately, when they come that fast, sometimes they can tangle into each other and you end up losing one over it like we did.
So right now, Dad's got the big one.
He does. And then once you get it there, you bring it up real slow and I'll net him hopefully here if he doesn't dive down deep on us here. He's trying to stay down. That's his leverage to get off. Reel down to him again, there you go. Try it again. There, just like that. Just like that. You got it, buddy.
Well, Bob, that was quite a fight.
That was quite a fight. I wasn't ready for that when I got on the boat.
Yeah, well, you're ready now. That was a great job on that nice king. Dan, what is that, about 14, 15 pound king, or maybe a little better?
Yeah, I would say, you know, mid-teens, 15 pounds. Yep.
It's a big king. Might be the biggest one of the day. They don't come in easy.
I got a fish bail.
Keep cranking. Just crank if you can. Up. I got him. Nice king. Big 4-year-old king. About a 15, 16 pounder.
So are you guys having a great time?
Yes, we are. It's
All right.
time. Sun's starting to set. It's just beautiful. While I was pulling this fish in, I've seen the sun go down over those clouds over there. Just a nice memory for the rest of my life.
Well, it's a great day on Lake Michigan, and we're certainly glad that you were able to join us. And like I say, we still got some daylight left, and I think a little room in the box for some more fish. So see if we can get a couple more. What do you say?
I think we can.
All right. I'm out today with Captain Pat Calmerton of Wolfpack Adventures, and we are on, what are we calling this, Predator Lake here?
No, we're actually on Fox Lake.
Yeah, We had a little miscommunication earlier, but we are on Fox Lake in Dodge County, and we're out after crappies. It's pretty cold today.
It is windy. The last couple of days we did have a warm snap, so then this morning when I woke up, and you know, of course, every time you and I are together, it has to be either a snowstorm or a cold snap or whatever.
Or both.
Yeah, or both, exactly.
Yeah.
But we do have good sunshine today, so.
Yeah, yeah. So we are fishing here in, what, about 14 feet of water?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been marking some crappies.
We have been. Earlier this morning, it was pretty slow. I mean, they'd come up and look at it and turn back around, and it was very frustrating, but within the last couple hours it started turning around, and we've been getting a few fish here.
We joined you at the right time then.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show you what we're using here. Pat's got us rigged up with tiny little ice jigs, and you've got what on there? Is that a couple of spikes?
Yeah, that's the red spikes that you can get at a couple of different bait shops around the state.
Okay.
Personally, I go with more of the red spikes than the regular white. I've noticed that I've had a little bit more success and luck on them. Here comes a fish up off the bottom.
Okay. On this locator here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you want to fish down near bottom, right?
Right. A lot of times your crappies will be suspended, but this morning we're seeing most of them right tight on the bottom, and trying to get them up and get them active is another challenge.
Yeah. Okay. So get it down close to them, and then what? Just jig it a little.
Right. Exactly. There's a fish that just came up. There, he just went back to the bottom.
Oh, is that black thing underneath
the black thing right underneath
fish,
here? That's a fish coming up at you.
Well, let's see if he keeps coming. Got one, eh? Oh, nice crappie. Oh, yeah. Oh, very nice.
That's what we're after there.
I guess, yeah.
What we've been doing is we've been getting these white crappies. So far today, what's been working the best is the pink scug bug. You know, that's been going with the tipped with, you know, the two red spikes. Now the thing that we've been doing the most here though is the horizontal jigging, making sure that every time you catch a fish, what happens is that knot on the jig, it wants to slide up because of the weight of the fish.
Yep.
So we've been correcting it every time and putting it straight horizontal like that, and almost every time between fish.
You know, Pat, this line's coiling up a lot. Have you got another rod that's got a straighter line on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get this.
Actually, why don't I just switch out with you? You can use this one while
All right.
I go get a different one.
That sounds like
and
a plan.
what's going on is they're barely hitting it. So as you bring it up, you're just gonna see. I actually just watch the line. As soon as it straightens out a little bit, then it's going. So
Okay.
I will be right back. And
Alrighty.
We'll go.
A lot of skimming.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll see if the lucky rod can do anything for me here. Well, Pat, you're tough, I'll tell you. You got you're barehanded out here, and
I get the compliment a lot of either that or the criticism of almost like an alligator skin on my hands. But the thing about it is when you're outside all winter, you know, working in the elements, it's a lot of times in and off of gloves, and I do like some of the new gloves out there. You know, they make some real light gloves that block everything and block the weather out. But I still like to feel the bite, and a lot of times I'll be sitting here, I'll have my finger right on the line, I'll feel that before I feel it through the rod. So it's I guess it's all personal preference, and most of the time I like to catch a lot of fish, and you know, your hands don't get too cold, they're too wet that way.
there's one.
Got him?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Well, he's pulling pretty good. I don't know what it is. Yeah, he came right up off the bottom and took it.
I can see him coming up off of let's move this out of your way.
That transducer's kind of in the way there.
Yeah.
That never happens, does it?
I think it happens to everybody that fishes enough.
Oh, he just wrapped around. Son of a gun.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. Now he's coming now. Oh, it's a perch. It's a nice perch. You got one?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
Oh. Oh, you're after all mine.
You got me. Uh-oh. That's what we call a Tom Neubauer double.
Yeah.
What, he grabbed your bait? Look
Yeah,
at
you
that.
might have both of them in there.
Tom and I did that 20 years ago on Lake Michigan. Well, that son of a gun.
He has both of them.
Yeah,
don't
he's
he?
got both baits. How about that?
Unbelievable.
Oh, boy, that was a hungry perch, wasn't it?
Nice perch.
Crazy. All right, let's put him in there. All right, now
Well,
you
now
got
I caught a Dan Small here.
Yeah, there you go. You know, if we stand up, this thing will blow away.
Oh, you stand up, you better get in your truck right away to go catch it. That's, you know, they do have anchors and stuff. A lot of times, what we'll just do is we'll take a ice drill and, you know, put it by the hitches in the front and stuff just to keep it from going. But I can hear the guys back here giggling. They must be scooting around a little bit.
Oh, this shelter blocks the wind pretty nicely, Pat.
That's what you know. The different shacks that they have out there. Of course, we ourselves we fish out all Frables, but I mean, the thing about the shacks is either you can shut them up and have a heater on the inside, especially if you're taking kids along or women, and kind of gets you out of the element. Especially like a day like today, where you know just that windbreak is a world of difference.
Oh yeah.
You know, as soon as you break that wind a little bit.
Well, Pat, let's see if the wind is let down on us any. Boy, it's still blowing pretty good. I'll tell you what, I'm glad we got this shelter on a day like this. Guys who are out in the elements, they're pretty brave.
You know, being comfortable out here is what it's all about. It makes it fun, you know, fishing, where otherwise it's too cold.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, we got a few fish in the bucket. Let's put the top up and see if we can get a few more, eh?
Sounds good.
Each week this season, we'll feature one of our favorite segments from past years. Some are award winners, and some are just segments that we liked or you told us you liked. In this week's segment from 2004, Debbie Wolniak joins Buddy Melgus and Burley Berlinthen to try ice boating on Geneva Lake.
That was an incredible ice boat ride. Buddy and Burley, I really want to thank you so much for letting us come out and having you take us out on the ice today. Tell us a little bit, starting with you, Buddy, a little bit about your background and how you got involved in ice boating.
Well, it's simple, Debbie. I grew up on Delavan Lake, and my father presented me with an ice boat at the age of 6, a sailboat at the age of 6 that next summer, and my sailing career has started and it's gone around the world since then.
That's great. In fact, you've even had some Olympic experience as well.
Yes, I have a bronze medal in the 64 games. I have a gold medal in the 72 games. I steered, I was a helmsman on Bill Koch's 1992 America's Cup boat, and we're the last Americans to defend a cup.
And Burley, how about you?
Debbie, I started probably when I was about 12 years old, going down the lake trying to help other ice boaters, hoping I'd get a ride, which was a big deal at that time. There weren't this many boats around. And then I had a friend that finally got a boat, and we sailed that every night after school under all conditions. Tipped the boat over, set it back up, continue. Then after the war, then I started with my own boats and have been sailing these side-by-sides for literally 60 years now. So my experience with Olympics and so forth is nil. Can't compare with Buddy here.
Right. But you're both of your enthusiasm for the sport is passionate. It's
I think I can speak for both of us that this is by far the best sailing there is.
Yeah.
With the ice boating.
Well, and you're going so fast. How fast can these boats go?
Well, Deb, I think it's unlimited how fast they'll go. It all depends on the speed of the wind, and we go about 5 to 6 times the speed of the wind. And the fastest course of sailing is down the wind, where we're going 150 degrees of true wind angle. But the interesting thing about ice boating is it doesn't take a lot of knowledge in the as far as pitting yourself against Mother Nature. Where the knowledge comes in is preparing your boat. So the engineering and the aspect of building the boats becomes a greater factor in the ultimate performance than it does in buying a sailboat and going out and learning all of the intricacies of soft water sailing.
Right. So if somebody's going to get started in sailing, would you suggest maybe this would be a good place to start?
Well, it's as good as any. I mean, out here we have anywhere from 2 to 3 months of possible ice boating. But you do have to be patient and wait for Mother Nature. If she gives us just a couple inches of snow and we got beautiful ice, the wind blows, we get drifts that would prohibit sailing or at least racing.
Listening to Buddy, he and I sail a little bit different boats. He sails a development skeeter, which is an e-skeeter, single seater, and they're constantly developing it and getting to go faster and new innovations on it. Where this boat, these side-by-sides that you're seeing here, are a class boat. They're all literally the same. So it depends on how we trim it out and our sailing ability as to how many races you win and that sort of thing. So it's a little bit different for the two of us as far as the racing is concerned.
Well, I was surprised when I was riding. It was such a smooth ride. Are there bearings near that kind of keep your balance, or what's
Well,
the situation?
the bearings are actually the springboard, and the bow is made of Sitka spruce, and it's a springboard. It gives you flexibility. The runner plank it also has an effect of flexing and taking the bumps. But also, the most important thing about the runner plank and the mast is that as you generate speed and the compressions build up from Mother Nature, then the plank will bend. The mast, as the mast bends, that flattens the camber of the sail, and it's like in an airplane, once you get up to speed, the flaps come up. Well, that, in a sense, takes away the lift. The same way on an ice boat, when the mast bends, it takes away the camber in the sail and takes away the lift, but it does not affect the ultimate speed straight line.
Mm-hmm. How much of the boat is actually touching the ice?
Well, it's a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of wetted surface is all, and obviously the runners are made of steel, and they're not sharpened like a skate. They're sharpened to a 90-degree point. And the fore and aft rocker or crown in the runner has an effect on the performance of the boat as it goes from, well, today a soft ice condition. You'd want a little more crown in the runner or rocker. And then when it's 10 degrees or temperature, the ice is very firm, and you'd want maybe a little less for ultimate speed.
Right.
But it's very critical, because if you get it too flat, the boats go sideways.
Oh my, and that would not be good.
Well, it's controlled skidding is okay. It's just like watching some of the automobile races.
Oh, okay. Because when you're racing, you have to go all out, right?
Oh,
so even though you're going to be skidding a little bit, you just got to take that corner real tight. I noticed you had a little foot action going in there to control the front of the.
Well, we steer with foot pedals.
Okay.
Because it takes all of our strength on the arms and holding with the hands to trim the sail in.
Okay.
So we steer strictly with the feet.
Okay.
The only reason for the steering wheel is to maneuver it around when we're trying to park it.
Oh, okay. So that's only really when you're coming in.
Yeah.
That steering wheel.
Right.
But otherwise, it's strictly the sail and your front rudder, really, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Right.
The manipulation of the sail, as it relates to the angle of the wind, is what you're trying to achieve the element.
Right. And I noticed, buddy, you were watching this little piece of yarn off the front end.
That's right.
Just kind of waiting for that wind to catch it.
Well, that's your telltale.
Okay.
And as you're sailing, now you see it's lined up perfectly down the center of the boat, so there's no lift in the sail. Now the sail is like a flag on a pole. But the minute that goes off to 45 degrees, the sail will pick up a wing shape, and as it picks up a wing shape or a bird's wing, it'll get lift, and then the boat will want to take off.
Yeah, and when you can feel it, when you're a passenger or
Sure.
sailing this thing, you can feel that wind coming in, and all of a sudden that boat just takes off. That's what gets really exciting. How do you try to prevent from running into people on the ice? Do you guys have a certain pattern, or how do you do that?
Well, it's just like in summer sailing. The starboard tack has the right of way,
Okay.
and the port tack is the give way tack. Now that's okay upwind, and the other thing is the boat furthest away from the wind, going against the breeze, has the right of way. But when you turn the windward mark, the onus changes, and the boat that's furthest away from the wind has to now give way.
Okay, so there are rules and regulations as it relates
absolutely.
to it. So, you know,
Wow.
that is interesting, because your markers out here are Christmas tree type markers with this orange kind of flag on it,
Yeah.
right? Is that standard, or do they have regular markers in the
much.
race? Okay.
Well, this is the best view because you have a contrast. Sometimes they use just the orange. Other times they've got tripods that are much larger. And we're on a very short course today, but normally it's a mile between the marks.
Okay.
And we're running about 7/10 today. So sometimes it's very difficult to pick up that mark. So the better it's identified, particularly if they put flashing lights or car headlights or something at the windward mark, it helps.
It does, because
Yes.
you really got to point this boat in the right direction to keep that line.
And if you
correct.
don't, you have to take another tack, and then you really lose.
Well, best wishes to you guys, and
Well-
your actions in this particular sport are to be commended, and we thank you so much for joining Outdoor Wisconsin today.
Thank you.
All right.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
I'll be at the Milwaukee Muskie Expo at State Fair Park February 11th through 13th, so stop by our booth and say hello. And there's still time to get your tickets for next week's Outdoor Wisconsin banquet at the Country Springs Hotel in Pewaukee. For ticket information on the banquet and more on this week's features, log on to our website, mptv.org, and follow the prompts to Outdoor Wisconsin. Well, next time, Judy Nugent hunts pheasants at the exclusive hunt club near Edgerton. Tom Neubauer fishes for muskies on Pewaukee Lake with guide Gordon Lindy, and we'll turn back the clock for a visit to Granite Peak Ski Area near Wausau. I'm Dan Small. Join us again next week for Outdoor Wisconsin.
Listen to the sounds of the critters of the night, the wind in the leaves and the little river run, coyote brother howling in the full moonlight. Outdoor Wisconsin. Hike, fish, hunt, camp, sail, canoe, ski, photograph, laugh, do what you want to. Stick your nose where the wild rose grows. Outdoor